to the Motocross Supercross podcast.
What is up, everybody? This is the Motocross Supercross podcast, episode 88, going into the Wick 338 for the round 7 of the Pro Motocross series. This is 7, right?
6.
Nope, just kidding. It is 6. Always skipping one. It was actually 7 the last couple years. So, yeah, I'm Adam here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio? Forgot to say that.
Yeah, man, what's going on? You forgot to introduce me or what?
You know, just getting so tangled up on this Southwick being 6th this year, it messed with my brain. So, yeah, this is going to be a great weekend. Everyone's looking forward to riding some sand. It's going to be a heater, as we talked about. We got some riders returning, and everything is just, it's very highly anticipated this week, and it's just shaping up to be a good weekend. What do you say?
Yeah, that's right. Riders making comebacks. Everybody looking forward for the sand. Justin Bogle, Cooper Webb, trying to make that return, you know?
Yep, real quick to touch on the weather. As we said, it's going to be a heater. Sunny, high of 95 degrees. That's hot.
Yeah.
Sunny skies, hot, high around 95. Wind southwest 10 to 15 miles an hour. 52% humidity. That's really not bad at all. And yeah, who cares about when the sun rises and sets, because racing will be done by then.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. You never know what can happen. But the past winners at this race has been Eli Tomac. He won the last 2 years for the 450 class. We're going to make our prediction. This is our prediction show, so we will be making predictions a little later in this show. So you have to expect one of us will have him up there at the top at the very least.
It's going to be me.
Beat me to it. So the past winners for the 250s, we had Zach Osborne taking it last year, and then Cooper Webb taking it in 2016.
Nice. We do have Cooper Webb making their debut on this Lucas Oil Pro Motocross season this weekend at Southwick. So he's going to be making it in the 450 class, though. So I expect him to do well. I don't know how much fit he is or, you know, how much riding he's done, but I'm expecting him to do a good job. And then obviously Zach Osborne, as we know, he's out for the remainder of the season. So don't expect him to win this weekend.
Yes, definitely do not put him on your fantasy team this week.
Nope, not even double points.
But before we get into all these picks and stuff, let's talk about some news. We got a couple things happening around the sport right now.
That's right.
Besides those 2 riders coming back, one of the big things that we saw is a little garage sale happening at Chad Reed's house. And by little, I mean massive. He's selling everything.
I was going to say, little is definitely an understatement.
Yeah, he's selling, how big was his land? Like a bunch of acres of land. He's got the track. I saw a helicopter there in the picture. Like, what?
Yeah, he's got a good place over here in Date City, not too far from you or me. And yeah, it looks like he's selling everything, though. He's literally selling the land that, you know, has 2 supercross tracks. He has the motocross track. He has even like a go-kart track. He also has the huge, you know, factory pro garage and every single tool you can think of. He's selling his motorhome. He's selling his bikes. All of them pretty much are gone by now. He is keeping one, which is the one that he won the championship with a couple years ago. But yeah, everything else is pretty much gone, you know, so.
A lot of speculation on what might be happening with him. I mean, it definitely kind of points to, like, retirement. Like, yeah, I mean, he didn't get the results he was kind of we all were hoping for. Something's going down. Something is definitely happening.
Something is definitely happening. I don't know if this means retirement or what does this mean, but we did see him riding over at Stewart's compound a couple of days. Maybe he's planning something with the Stewart brothers, or the other way around, which is retirement. I did had a conversation with a very reliable source, for sure. It's definitely a very reliable source. This person kept avoiding to answer that question
About retirement.
Yeah, definitely about it kept avoiding the question about retirement, or answering the question about retirement. What if he is retiring and I just feel like he would have done it at the end of the season, though, you know? Like, if he wasn't trying to race this year. I don't know,
that's what I was thinking, too. It's like he's been such a big part of the sport. You would expect him to have, like, a big, send-off, not just, like, quit, like, during the motocross season or something.
Exactly.
So hopefully it's not over for him, but I was thinking it could be a combination of those two things. One, retirement, and maybe him and the Stewarts do something. I mean, they live so close, it almost makes sense for them to just combine their forces and make a team, even if it's just for Malcolm or something, because I think he definitely deserves a ride. And Reed, if he's still making the main, so why not just keep going?
Yeah, exactly. So
he likes having a team, though. He definitely likes having that team. He said he just wishes he had a bunch of money so he could do this team. And I mean, if he sells everything, he's gonna have a bunch of money.
Definitely, especially that land, man. You know, he's gotta be asking a couple mil for that land. So
yeah, I think it was 2.5, 2.3, 2.1.
Yeah, definitely getting some money. So maybe he's just putting a good team together. Maybe, you know, like I said, he was riding over the Stewart's compound, so maybe he's doing some collaboration right there with them. Who knows, man? I really don't know what to expect, but I do know that he can't be retiring like this. I don't know. I just feel like he would have done it in the season, you know? Like he would have said, you know, I'm done after this year or whatever. They would have done something huge for him because he is legend Chad Reed.
It is very interesting how he rides with Reed and then like not even a week later, it's like, yep, here, everything's for sale. It's like, what? If
doing something with Stewart's, because it could be James also, well, they have everything. They have, you know, they have a rig, they have a great facility to ride, they have
the gear, so many connections, so many fans.
Yeah, everything you can think of. So I can only imagine, you know, maybe Chad is just moving to like a nice small apartment, you know?
Or maybe Chad has like a bad gambling addiction or something.
Just don't pay the dues.
Just want to throw that out there.
I knew this Euro trip was a really bad idea, though.
Yeah, he goes over there, opens his eyes to something new. He's with the family, you know, and he's really having a good time. And he's like, oh, man, like, this is what I'm missing. Something's going down, so we're going to have to stay tuned for that. But I don't expect Chad Reed turning away from the sport. He's definitely going to be part of it.
Yeah, I don't.
In my eyes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it would be horrible if he just says, I'm not going to come back next year. I think he's planning something huge, man. And I talked about it. I mentioned it to you when we talked about James. Whenever Malcolm was doing the giveaway and of the little 50, I said there's something in the plans. There's something big. They're not all out yet, so don't count them out.
Yep, so we'll stay tuned with that. A couple other things happening.
Speaking of giving bikes away.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, speaking of giving bikes away, yeah, Dean Wilson gave a bike away, video of him.
That was a nice gesture of him. He said he was inspired by Malcolm Stewart giving away the PW50 to the riders who qualify for Loretta's, and that's awesome to give away something to the sport that gave you everything pretty much. So that's a really nice gesture, and especially to see more and more riders, to see Malcolm, inspire all these guys to keep doing better and better, especially for the kids, man. They're the future. So
yeah, it's for the kids.
It's awesome.
That's what Malcolm said. I remember he did say that in the beginning of the Supercross season. It was all about the kids. So it's good to see these guys giving back to the kids, you know? The future.
Exactly. So that's awesome. And I hope whoever got this bike, it's going to take good care of it, and it's going to do great things. Hopefully that person gets inspired for the future. And I can guarantee you that Dean Wilson got a fan for life for sure.
Oh, for sure. And probably a bunch too. Definitely a couple fans for life. But that Husqvarna 50 is pretty baller. That thing looks rad.
Yeah. These bikes are definitely something else for sure.
Something else. They just took the chainsaw motor and just put it right into the frame.
That's it.
Boom.
That's it. Go for it, kid.
Speaking about kids, this person is definitely not a kid anymore. Chase Sexton signed that contract extension with the FC Honda team throughout his entire 250 career. He posted that on Instagram. Pretty cool for him, just locking it up. Well-deserved. He's been finishing great. He looks fast out there, putting up fast times. So good for him. Just wanted to drop that in there.
Yeah, good for him. We said it in the Supercross season. He's got a lot to show. So definitely a good move by this Geico Honda team for sure.
Couple other things actually, but Ryan Villapoto on his Instagram, I don't know if you saw this, but he posted his Sprinter van that he got all customed out and stuff. Did you see that thing?
I think so, but go ahead.
Dude, it is so dope. It's got like all these obviously like leather seats and like a killer audio system and the TV and the inside lights, and then it's got like a little garage in the back. Like, it's just so baller. This thing is like so high class. It probably costs so much money to deck that thing out like that.
I also saw he did like an epoxy work in his garage, and it looks really, really badass.
But anyways, so I thought that was cool. I just thought it was worth mentioning because it's sick, man. I would love to just be balling in that thing. Just be gaming, watching TV. It's probably got a satellite and everything. Just watch live TV. Wouldn't doubt it. Doesn't look like there's a bunch of room to sleep in there, though. It's just a A to B kind of thing.
He's not us, though. He's got money to pay for a freaking hotel and go racing.
Yes, he does. He's got money to probably buy the hotel. Just buy a house in each city he wants to ride in. Lorenzo Lucurcia, we got to talk about him. Mentioned on our last podcast, I believe, or the one before, that Matt Bisceglia was injured and would not be racing. And, stepping in, Lorenzo Lucurcia.
Yeah.
Didn't have a ride. He's been advertising he wants a ride, and
yeah, he was riding as a privateer. He was going race to race all by himself. So good for him that he got this ride and he got someone to support him for the rest of the season for sure.
And he's that Venezuelan, right?
That's right, the V Club.
That's right, V Club. So maybe a little good luck in Venezuelan or Spanish, I guess it would be. What is it?
Buena suerte.
Buena suerte. Yep. There you go.
Buena.
What?
Buena.
Buena, yeah.
Like,
and what's luck?
Suerte.
Suerte, yeah. So buena suerte to Lorenzo. We'll see what happens.
There you go. Good job.
Yeah, I know. Ballin'. Another cool thing that I saw, which just because I love dogs so much, Ken Roxon's helmet, he's got his dog, like a badass like sticker kind of like painted, not a sticker, it's obviously like painted on there, but whatever it is, the graphic of his dog on the back of his helmet is just sick. I think that's dope. It looks cool. It was on his story, so if you haven't seen it, you'll have to check it out. It's cool, just because for all the dog fans out there.
Yeah, he loves his French poodle.
Yeah, he loves that dog. That dog's so chill, too.
French bulldog.
He's little enough he can go places, That's the advantage of those little dogs. You just take them everywhere,
Put them in your purse and go.
Yeah. Put them in the overhead on the plane, and they're good. Just kidding. Don't do that. One person's dog died from that. I don't know if you remember hearing that, but
I did.
But speaking of Southwick, those trophies they have, pretty insane. They're massive. In the picture that Pro Motocross posted on Instagram, there's not a scale for it to really see how big. They look massive. They look like billboards, like something that you'd see on the side of the road for like, or something you'd see on top of a hotel, like a hotel sign or something. They're so big.
They have been doing it big with the trophies this year, though. I feel like they've done a really good job with them.
I like where they do the trophies out of the guns. Those are the best. Everyone wants that gun. Josh Mosman, we mentioned him being out. He had a surgery on Monday morning, so looks like everything went good. So speedy recovery to him. So what do you say we start making some picks for this 250 and 450 race at Southwick?
Let me hear it.
All right, well, let's start with the 250s. We mentioned last year's winner was Zach Osborne, and obviously Zach Osborne is out.
Yes.
But interesting, Dylan Ferrandis got second last year. Alex Martin got third. RJ Hampshire got fourth. Jeremy Martin got fifth. He won't be there. Zach Osborne won't be there. So even those three right there, Ferrandis, Martin, and Hampshire, we saw how good Ferrandis can be. Yep. Alex Martin obviously leading so many laps and then finding ways to throw it away. So maybe he can, just stay on the bike for a complete moto and then he does good. Mm-hmm. Colt Nichols had that 9th place. Sexton had that 8th place. This is all last year. So Savacci too, who hasn't had the best results so far, was 6th place.
I thought you were reading the future.
Well, I'm about to look into the future. I'm going to tell you exactly how everyone will finish this week. All right. And this is how it's going to be. Alex Martin is going to win. He's going to stay up. He's going to get the whole shot. He's going to not crash, and he's going to win.
Damn. All right. Doing it for the bro.
That's right. 2nd place is going to be, well,
what do you think about who you're going to put there real quick? I can give you my picks.
Okay, let's jump to your picks. But I know I'm going to have Alex Martin winning.
Okay. It's going to be a blue
podium.
Blue podium.
All right. I'm guessing Plessinger's one of those.
Plessinger, Ferrandis, Cooper.
Whoa. In that order?
Just like that.
Oh, all right. Well, Plessinger had problems last year. Lots of problems. He got third in the first moto and then nothing in the second moto. A big old blank. So that could be a good pick. That's definitely a good pick.
Last year, man. We're talking about this weekend.
It's called Wick. Redemption time.
That's right.
And rookie Justin Cooper, I like that. It's good to see him up there. Obviously, he's been killing it. He's been getting decent starts, a couple hole shots, and riding sick. All right, I like those picks. I really do. Like I said, we'll jump back to mine now. I said Alex Martin was going to win. I'm going to stick there. You didn't pick Ferrandis, did you?
I did. I said it was a blue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Monster
said
Energy Yamaha is taking the podium this weekend.
All right. We'll see about that. I'm going to pick Alex Martin to get first. I'm going to pick Dylan Ferrandis to get second. And then third place, I'm going to pick Austin Faulkner.
Ooh. All right. Finally. All right.
Yep. I know. It's crazy. There's a lot of people I left off there, especially like you. I heard you just say Shane McElrath had a great weekend last week, just being consistent enough to win the overall, which is great. Joey Savacci didn't pick him, or Chase Sexton. You never know. Someone gets that new contract and it gives a little extra boost. Cole Nichols.
RJ.
Yeah, RJ's been posting a lot. He seems pretty excited about this weekend. So that might be one that I regret right there. Because I've been waiting for him to do good. I've been picking. I was like, all right, RJ, do good. And then it just hasn't happened yet, but it could happen. It could definitely happen this week. But I'm just still gonna. I made my picks, and I'm just gonna stick with it. Yeah, Martin, Ferrandis, and Faulkner.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all right.
That's how it's gonna be right there for the 250s. And let's go ahead and move on to the. Actually, before we move on to the 450s, are there any other predictions that we want to make? I know we talked a little bit about Gronkowski, and since we're in, Massachusetts, it's like, if he's a real dirt bike fan, he might show up to this race. So do you think Rob Gronkowski shows up to the Southwick?
He probably will, just because he's a Monster Energy athlete. So we saw him at a Supercross last year. He trying to ride a bike, and he was showing us all his tricks.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the Supercross is, it's at Gillette Stadium. So I think that played a big part of him showing up. So I'm going to say no, I don't think he does show up. But I want to throw it out there just in case. But you said yes.
I will say yes.
Let's see. What other crazy predictions can we think of? Will the Geico Honda bikes make it through the week without breaking down?
Sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, you think they got all their kinks ironed out and they're good now?
Well, I'm sure they do. If they don't, somebody's getting fired for sure.
Yeah, they might even start chopping fingers off or something. Eat one finger for every time a bike breaks down.
Just like the tip of it too. Just like not even the finger, just the tip of it.
They just and then just go a little farther back. Then
we're gonna be curving some people too. Put them in the curve and kicking them in.
That's a good question that's what I want to ask some of these riders. I want to say, what would you give up to win a championship? Would you lose a pinky? Would you lose a toe? What do you think they'll say?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think is
appropriate. I think toe. I think people would gladly give up a toe for a championship.
I can see that.
Maybe not the big toe, or else he'd be falling over all the time, right?
You'll be on balance.
Pinky. I mean, Jesse Nelson didn't have a thumb, so
that's right.
Definitely do it without a thumb.
I was trying to think who it was, but it was Jesse Nelson.
Yeah. So I think people would gladly do that, but it's funny because I heard someone ask the NFL owners that same question, would you cut off your toe or something? And people were like, yeah, I'll take my whole arm off and stuff, for a Super Bowl, they'll give it all. So that's the thing with motocross, you gotta have your arms, but maybe, or
well, you don't need your pinky.
Ashley Filick, no hearing. So would you give up your hearing? Hey.
Yeah, she was an amazing person. Whenever we used to have the track, she used to come out all the time, and She was really fast.
So fast.
Yeah, she was super fast, and she's obviously we weren't able to communicate like a normal people, but
Oh yeah, for sure. I guess all you can do is just like give a thumbs up or something. That's like cool.
Well,
wave,
I
thumbs
remember
up,
having
wave goodbye.
She had the sidekick, so that was a good way to one of the ways to communicate with her, or through her dad, or if sign language.
The technology now is just so insane. Like, you guys could have a full conversation now, just phones and stuff. Back in the day, have to flip open the old NV2, type it out, hold it up, try and get some service.
But yeah, I remember her, telling us that how she rode, and it was like by feeling the vibration of the bike, and that's how she managed to shift like in time and just to keep the momentum going through the track. And boy, she was fast. She probably still is. I know she's doing some stuff. She rides for Husqvarna, so.
Yep, that's a good story there. That's the kind of person we got to keep, at the front of the sport. That's someone who will help attract new fans and bring good publicity to the sport. The only other thing that's kind of along that lines is the new Nitro Circus action figures movie. Didn't watch it yet, but I think I'm going to watch it tonight. So I'm pretty excited. I saw, obviously, the video that's going around of Travis doing, like, the, whatever it is, like, double backflip, 360, 720. I don't know what it is, but I think they were even asking, like, what do you think this is? Like, it's sick. I don't know what it is, but it's sick. Looking forward to that. You haven't seen that yet, have you?
No, not yet. I will take a look at it and give you my feedback.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week sometime. But let's go ahead and jump into these 450 picks. Obviously, you're going to pick Eli. I think I also have to pick Eli. He won the past 2 years here. He won every single race this year. So we're both picking Eli. We'll just put it there. We have to pick Eli.
Fine.
But maybe in the sand, Southwick, 95 degrees, something could happen. Maybe someone else can step up. You never know. He could have his
Eli
problem.
for me.
I think Barsha will definitely be up there. I mean, Muscan's coming off some strong finishes. Roxon got his dog on his helmet, giving him that extra luck, that extra boost.
That's right.
Baggett hasn't had the results that we all expected out of him. I think it's going to be between those guys right there. Of course, Benny Bloss kind of on the tail end of all these guys right now, but you never know. Maybe something happens and he's able to, run up there. But I'm not going to have him in my top 3 this week. I'm definitely going Eli for first. I'm going to go Barsha for second. And this third place gets me, and I got to put Anderson, or not, I got to put Rox in there with the dog power. That's what I'm going to do. So, Tomac, Barsha, Roxon. I did not put Muscan up there. Again, I think I might regret that.
I think you might. I also had that was what I was thinking, those 3 points, or those 3 top guys, but instead of, I was going to put Roxon in second and then Barsha in third.
All right, so you're not going to have Muscan up there either? Insanity.
I know, but no, I'm just kidding. Roxon's going to get fourth, Barsha's going to get second, and then Muscan is going to get third.
All right, so both of us have Tomac, Barsha. I think that's pretty solid, though. I feel like I could be kicking myself for the Marvin thing because he does look way better now.
He's been putting some good results, and San is probably, being wide open in the outside is his thing, so he will definitely do good this weekend.
So during the Supercross season, we weren't really hoping for stuff to happen to Anderson and stuff, but we wanted it to be a close battle to the championship. We wanted that thing to come all the way down to Vegas. And I mean, right now, Eli is 32 points up on Marvin. So do we want Eli to just win it out because of that moment there of him winning all the races? I mean, he already did mess up the streak, so it's not, he's not going to have that perfect season with the motos. So,
or the difference between, for me anyways, Anderson and Eli. Anderson wasn't dominating Supercross like Eli is dominating motocross for me. I don't know. I just don't feel like it's the same thing. Obviously, everyone as a fan wants to see a good race. all the way to the end or to the last round. But Eli is just a monster, man. He's won every race so far, overall, obviously, and you just can't bet against the guy until he loses, like we said.
Yeah, like you said, it's too hard to just bet against him right now, especially how good he does on this track and just how good he's doing this season. So we'll leave it there right now. But Marvin, I'm not hating on Marvin. I think he's looking good.
Apologize.
I'm sorry, Marvin.
Okay.
I don't know how to say it in French, but lo siento in Spanish. Well, we made our picks. Go ahead, make yours. You can let us know on YouTube, comment on our Instagram, email us, Twitter us, Facebook us, whatever you want to do. But let us know who you think is going to win. And is there anything else that you think we should add to this one?
Yeah, just check out the Instagram story tomorrow. We're going to have some polls up there. We're going to have couple of things, so let us know what you think this weekend.
All right, yeah, so thanks everyone for listening to another episode of the Motocross Supercross podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at MXSX Podcast, and we'll see you after Southwick.
Peace.